Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a TIS. If you like my video, please give a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Talk what I'm going to talk to you today about is Married to Medicine, Season 10, Episode 13. The the golf court girls. It started off with the ladies arriving at the golf course, and they were greeted by the host and the trainer, and the trainer took them on the golf course and told them how to do. Toya was the first one who decided to try to play golf, to play the golf game, and she kept missing. She kept missing a whole lot of shots, and then finally, the golf trainer showed her how to position her body and how to position her body and how to use the golf stick to swing. And she finally got one. She was happy. Oh, I finally got one. Finally got one. After a while, and then after that, because before that, when she was messing up on the swings, Heavenly gonna say, "Yeah, I know I'm gonna be better than Toya. I do everything better than Toya." Heavenly got this overinflated ego about herself that she's so much better than anybody when her attitude and behavior lets you know that she's not better than any of the other girls on the show, and stuff like that. And so after that it was it was it was Dr. Jack, and she said, I'm not real good at golf with all the stuff I'm doing. I'm busy. I'm a doctor. I don't have time for that. I save lives. I don't have time to play golf. And then she didn't do too bad, but I think she hit the ball in the water, and then Heavenly kept missing some swats, and then she finally got one. And then Simone, she kind of hit a shot. I think Simone hit a shot in the water too. And then so it came to Sweet Tea, and then Toya say, "You really do hang around a whole lot of people, because Sweet Tea was the one who got the best shot." And so they were saying, well, "Who won?" Simone said, "Who out of all of us do you think won the golf game or the golf course?" He said, "Well, some of y'all did an okay job." He said, "This lady did an okay job. She did, but you other two ladies, y'all hit the ball in the water." He said, "Well, I have to give it to Lakeisha." And when Sweet Tea had won, I was glad Sweet Tea won. Sweet Tea jumped up and she did a little squat dance and a little twerk, and everybody was happy for her. And then Simone said, "We're gonna go back to the Hilton Head Hotel, and we're gonna meet up with the guys." And so while the girls were doing the cooking, I mean doing the golfing, the guys were doing the cooking. And Kimo was saying he didn't like doing no cooking, because cooking is a woman's work. And then Eugene said, "What I told you about the?" He said there are a lot of men chefs, and some of the men chefs are good chefs. He said even some chefs that are here at the Hilton Kitchen, they're men chefs. So you can't be saying that that's just a woman's job. And then next thing you know, he the chef said, the host chef said, well, we're not gonna cook for y'all. Y'all gonna cook for us. We got all the ingredients planned for you, and I'm gonna divide you up in teams. So Eugene had one team, and Cecil had the other team. And so they were supposed to make some kind of stuff, and Eugene said he's making some kind of shrimp sauce with some rice. And then Cecil said that they was making some kind of shrimp dinner, and they was gonna add some rice too. And so Cecil said, "Come on now, Curtis, you on your genius team. What are you doing? You supposed to be doing." Don't Curtis said, "Don't be worried about what I'm doing. I'm over here doing what I want to do." And then Eugene interjected and said, "If we need Curtis, we know what to do. We know how to call him over here." So everybody was doing their little stuff, and they showed Curtis cutting up some vegetables and all kinds of stuff like that. And then so Cecil said, "Well, I'm gonna put a little bourbon in the sauce and make it." And then the chef said, "Bourbon." He said, "We cooking or we trying to get drunk?" He said, "Nah, you're not gonna put a little flavor to the sauce and add a little spice." He said, "Some people don't like their food too spicy." And I was saying, "Yeah, them white people, they want you to cook the food the way they like it." But anyway, he tasted the food. He said, "Ooh," him and the other chef said, "Ooh, it tastes good. It is a little spicy. Like I said, it is a little spicy." And then the lady said, "Well, this would have been a good dish, but the rice is kind of undercooked. And then Cecil said, ooh, I wish I would have listened to you, Kimmer. I should have put that rice on first. And Kimmer said, I told you. And then he said, what about Eugene? Eugene said, he said, ooh, this one tastes right, tastes good. He said, we're going to go over here and concur. And so they went over to the side. Next thing you know, they said, oh, Eugene team won. And said, oh, Eugene team won. They said, yeah, Eugene was so happy. And so what happened, they was all happy and excited. And the girl showed up. The girl showed back up at the Hilton hotel, and then when they came back in the room, they found the guys playing dominoes, and they were saying, who winning?" And they were saying, "Well, he winning." And some of the ladies said, "Well, I really don't want to play no dominoes. I ain't too much into no dominoes." And then Simone said, "Well, how did y'all do with the cooking competition? How did y'all do with the cooking competition? Who won?" And then so and then so Heavenly said, Daddy, Damon, what team was you on? He said, he said, I was on Cecil team. She said, in a confessional. Ooh, I knew Damon and I already lost because he was on Cecil team and stuff like that. And so they said, well now some of the men said, well now we don't like no cooking, we don't like no cooking. And then Eugene said they don't like no cooking because they don't know how to cook. Cecil said, I do know how to cook. I just wish I would listen to Keeman and cook that rice first. That's the only thing that knocked us out. And had it been for that, we would have won. I don't think they would have won. I think the people like the Eugene stuff. Cause one of the rice was cooking too was how that man was already talking about he didn't want no spicy food. And so they said, well, and so they said, well, who won the cooking? And they said Eugene won the cooking. He said, well, you know Eugene win the cooking. He know how to cook. He know how to cook real good. And so the guys said, well, what about the golf? How did y'all like the golf? And I said, the golf was all right. The golf was all right. And they were saying, well, who won the golf? And then Sweet Tea said, I won the golf. And then Eugene said, you won the golf. Eugene said, I knew you were gonna win the golf. And then Greg said, yeah, I knew my wife had it in her. I know Sweet Tea had it in her to win that golf. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. And then Sweet Tea and Eugene started high fiving each other because both of them had won and stuff. He said, I knew you were gonna win too. Next thing you know, they were laughing, kicking about it. Next thing you know, here comes Simone talking about they gotta go. She didn't want to she didn't want to miss the yacht ride. They had to go on the yacht ride. I said, come on, let's go. So they hurried up. They hurried up and got on the boat, and they was on the boat ride and stuff like that. And so after they got on the boat, they showed Alicia talking to Dr. Jackie. She said, Dr. Jackie, what do you think about the situation that happened last night? She said, I was wondering why you didn't say nothing. You just got quiet. You just got quiet. She said, well, she said, "Well, if I would have said something, it would have escalated the problem even worse than what it already was. So I just decided to stay still and keep my mouth closed, keep quiet." She said, "Okay." And then while she was over there talking to Dr. Jackie, Sweet Tea was talking to Toya, and she was saying, "Well, Toya, I really, I really didn't mean to say what I said to Dr. Jackie. And like I said, Dr. Jackie hurt me and stuff, and I just got upset and I got emotional. I normally don't act like that." And then Toya said, "If that's the way you feel, why did you apologize to Dr. Jackie on the bus?" She said, "Well, after I thought about it, after I thought about it, I said, well, now that's not me. I believe on that part, but I also believe you did that for Bravo and Greg, Sweet Tea, because Greg was already telling you it's gonna be later on in the scene. Greg was already telling you at one point he was being a confident husband. Then at the next point he brought up about Dr. Jackie like she was an elder and she's supposed to be. Now I do understand that young people are supposed to respect their elders. I do believe in that thing. But if an elder is badgering and dodging a young person, I feel that young person has the right to speak up and say their mind. I'm not one of these baby boomers or one of these people that look at that the elders' word is right and the young people should just stay and sit down and take it. I'm not one of those kind of persons. I feel like if you do a person wrong, that person has the right to feel the way they have to feel and stuff, and you should give them person that right. But back to the show. Alicia got ready to leave. She went to get a drink or something, and then Toya said, "Sweet Tea, if you want to talk to Jackie, this is the right time. And that's your way to buy something. Go over there and talk to her." She said, "Oh yeah, you're right. I'm gonna go talk to her." And then Toya said, "Before you go over there, be calm. Don't get upset. Take your time and stuff because you don't want." She said, "Okay, okay." And they say, "Dr. Jackie," she said, "Good night. Can I talk to you?" Dr. Jackie was sitting down. She looked kind of funny around. I said, "Yeah, sweet tea, you can talk to me. Come on, sit down." She said, "Dr. Jackie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to curse you out and call you the B word and stuff like that." She said, "You hurt me, and I was emotional, and I got emotional, and I just got emotional, and I just burst out saying that word and stuff like that because I was going through a whole lot of stuff. And then y'all have been talking about Corey, Gregory's ex, and all that stuff." And Sweet Tea said, "Yeah," and he said, "Oh, Sweet Tea," and then Jackie let her talk a little bit more, and then she said, "Sweet Tea, I'm sorry that I hurt you, and for some of the things that I said and did." She said, "I should have understood that you were a new person in the friend group, and I should understand that. For that, I'm sorry. So I hope you accept my apology and stuff like that." And Sweet Tea, yes, Sweet Tea said, "Yeah, I'm sorry." And Dr. Jack said, "If you accept my apology," and then Sweet Tea said, "I'll accept your apology." She said, "Well, since we accepted that apology, let's just move on from that." And I said, "Yeah, let's just move on for that." Then what made me mad and the confessional on episode 12 when she said that she should have slapped Sweet Tea in her face. I say, well, the girl apologized to Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie didn't accept her. But then and on this episode, when she got through, she in her confessional, Sweet Tea said Dr. Jackie is one of those old people that be in the church that hide their hands, but it's kind of like a whoop in sheep's clothing. But underneath it, she got a nice. She underneath that hard exterior, there's a softer person down there. I say, Sweet Tea, I hope you're right about that. I say because Doctor Jackie's actions and behavior is not appropriate for a woman her age and stuff because I'm just only 2 years older than Dr. Jackie, and Dr. Jackie is acting like I don't know a kid or something. But anyway, back to the show, and then after that, and then after that point, they went on they were on the yacht, and they were getting ready. They were still on the yacht, and they were getting ready to have dinner. And so while the chef was making the dinner for them, the ladies decided. They said, "Well, yeah, what it is, instead of us letting the men make their dinner come all up in here, we just gonna fix their dinner itself." I kind of understand because our kitchen was very small, and the kitchen was kind of like in a like around where the ladies were at. But anyway, Alicia was the first one out there to give her husband his plate. Say, "Yeah, I'm gonna fix my husband his plate." So she fixed his plate, and Kima would say, "See, I told y'all." I told y'all, see, my wife brought me my place first. I told you my wife is trained. That's how I trained her." And Dr. Jekyll was right behind the list. She said, "What? What did you say? Trained. Women are not trained. Dogs are trained." Kima couldn't say nothing. I said, I was so glad Dr. Jackie put Kima in his place because he been saying that for the whole year about he trained his wife to do this. He trained his wife to do this. His wife don't speak until he tell her to speak. And I said that's why people say you controlling and abusive and stuff like that. And so Caesar said, "Didn't I tell you before? We not going for that. We ain't going for that. We don't talk about that around here. Like I told you, our women are up here and they not down there." And so he kind of looked kind of funny because he got checked by Dr. Jackie and Cecil. And the next thing you know, Simone brought out Cecil plate. Toya brought out Eugene's plate, and then Dr. Jackie and Alicia, they kind of gave their husband a kiss on the jaw or whatever, and then so they say, "See that? I told you, see my," and then Eugene say, "Well, that's the only thing missing from mine. Toya did real good by bringing my food and stuff, but the only thing missing was a kiss." And so Heavenly was the last one to bring. She brought Damon a big old plate, and everybody said, "Ooh, the Damon, can you eat all that food? Heavenly brought you a big old plate." She said, "Yeah, I showed her. I know her." And then she went back there with the lady. She said, "Yeah, I know how to take care of my man. I know how to take care of my man. I know how to take care. I do any and everything for my man. Daddy know that." And then in the confessional, she said the same thing. And Damon had to sit her down. She was trying to talk about their sex life and stuff. I was so glad Damon shut that down because it seemed like that's all Heavenly know how to talk about. But anyway, Toya said, "Chef, ask the guys if there's anything else that they need from us before we." And so he went in there. He said, the ladies want to know if anything else that y'all need. And then Eugene say, "Tell my wife Toya I need a kiss." So he told her, and the chef went back and told Toya. Toya said, "Tell him no, I'm not giving him a kiss right now. He'll get a kiss later on." And the next thing you know, they got the talking. They got the talking at the dinner table and stuff like that. I'm gonna pass by that because they mostly talking about they personal business with their husband. So I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, last part was a slumber party. And so Simone said, "We gotta go to sleep. 'Cause we got a slumber party in the morning." And Simone said she planned. They showed her what she was telling the people on the boat how she wanted the slumber party. And so she said she decided to get a slumber party for the people, and then they would started coming in the groups and stuff. Started coming into the slumber party, and then Alicia said, "Ooh, this look nice, look cute." And then Heavenly said, "I'm not into slumber parties and stuff like that. I'm not into no slumber parties and stuff like that. I don't. I never did care too much for a slumber party and like that." And then here comes Dr. Jacket. "Ooh, slumber party. This looks all right, but this looks like a kid's room. Looks like a kid's room. This would be right. This would be right up Sweet Tea's alley." And I'm looking at you. Just apologize to that girl in the last scene, but now you down her again. I see why she said you like a wolf in sheep clothing. I say I don't blame sweetie. I would watch Jackie too and feed her out a long handled spoon because she does do that hard rock and throw your hand type of stuff. And I mean it's like the girl can't win for losing. But anyway, they got to the slumber party, and Simone said they was gonna play a game, and then she said, every time we play these games, they don't come out right. And then they showed Dr. Heavenly and Simone arguing one time on one season, and they showed Toya and Simone arguing on one season. And so he said, "We just gonna play this game." And so they said each person gonna put a question in a thing, and I'm gonna read it out, and we're gonna answer it. And so they answered it. So they answered the question about social media. He said every time even though Dr. Jack had changed her schedule, she get out early, she still be on social